Hello everyone, welcome to Studio IELTS. My name is Surinder Chaudhary. I have brought another workshop to you that is based on a particular type of questions of reading, which is fill in the blanks. But the catch is those fill in the blanks which have synonyms in option, because generally we have fill in the blanks for which we have to pick the right words from the passage, but there are some types of questions in which you are given some options, and in this case a number of students get confused. The reason is because the options that are given in your questions at the end of your question are not the exact words that are available in your passage. You have to make a connection between those synonyms, only then your answer will be correct. So we will have a complete workshop on this, and during this workshop we will understand the strategies to solve such questions. Okay, so the passage that we are going to take in our workshop today is having a laugh. It is another original passage that has appeared in one of the IELTS exams, and during that they asked a few fill in the blank questions which had different options of synonyms. So let's see those questions first. What kind of question was there? It is the question preview in front of you. In this, you can clearly see a proper summary has been given to complete in form of fill in the blanks, and in that summary they have given you different options. Now questions are total 5 in number, but options are actually 8 in number. So this is the most confusing part for majority of students, because the options are more one thing. Secondly, the options are not the exact words that are mentioned in the passage. So eventually what you have to do is you have to make a connection between those words with their near synonyms in the passage, or they might give a proper explanation of something which may be associated with these options. So this is how they actually give you this question. They put those questions in your examination and you have to make a proper explanation of it. Okay, so what the summary is about, first of all, because we have to track the right location in passage. So for that, it is absolutely necessary to know that what summary is actually about. And the summary is about the benefits of humor. The title is in front of you, and benefits of humor will be found only when you have skimmed your text carefully, because I always put a lot of concentration on skimming part of your reading, and if you have skimmed your text perfectly, you already know the right location where the benefits of humor are defined or explained in your passage. So now we will move to the workshop itself, and in that workshop we have the entire summary that has been asked in the question, and we have the corresponding text. So it is not necessary that you will be able to find all the answers within one paragraph, because it is a summary, and this summary might intake a lot of information from the passage. So even in this case, you have to read quite some text which is elaborating the options that has been given in your question form. Okay, so first of all, we will have a look on our first question, and we will try to make a connection between the passage and the question. What the question is, we will read the summary from the beginning. Read with me. In one study at Australian National University, randomly chosen groups of participants were shown one of three videos, each designated to generate a different kind of something. So what had happened? There was an experiment, and in that experiment, three groups were there, and they were given videos to watch, right? And these videos were given to generate something out of these students, right? Or out of these participants, you can say. Now we are supposed to find that part where those videos were assigned to those students, and finding that part, we clearly have the bold text in front of you. The text says, obviously you can make the right connection with keywords, the research of Australian National University, that is at the top of this paragraph, and from here you can start reading things in details. But eventually after reading all that, you will go to the place where exactly the data that has been given in question number 1 will be found in the highlighted text. How do you make the connection here? Read it with me. The students then were randomly assigned to watch a video clip eliciting either humor, contentment, or neutral feelings. Eliciting means generating, extracting something out of them. So, the purpose of giving them those videos was to extract or elicit or generate humor, contentment, and neutral feelings out of them. So eventually, if we have to pick one word for all those things that are supposed to be generated out of them, from these options will be emotion, because humor is an emotion, contentment is an emotion, and obviously neutral feelings are also the emotion. So eventually, they were supposed to elicit or generate a particular emotion out of those participants. So here you will find that connection between that blank and the entire description of the things, and then you have to find the right synonym from the given options, that is emotion. Okay, this is how we find our question number 1. Okay, the F option is correct answer. Remember, in these type of questions you don't have to pick the exact words from here or from here too. Here you are supposed to answer it in those letters. Remember this, because instructions are very clear. You can see, write the correct letter A to H in boxes. Please don't pick the words from here. Sometimes students make another error by either picking the right answer from here or from here, and they write the word there. No, words are not necessary to be written there. Obviously, not allowed to be written there. You have to write the options in among which the answer falls, or under which the answer falls. Remember that. Please don't make such mistake. Okay, now moving to question number 2. Okay, question number 2 says, first of all, we will read the question. Question number 2 says, when all participants were then given a deliberately frustrating task to do, it was found that those who had watched the certain kind of video, one kind of video, persisted with the task for longer and tried harder to accomplish the task than either of the other two groups. As we already know, groups were divided in number 3. There were total 3 groups. All of them were given different types of videos, and in this they have said that the group which was given one type of video, one certain type of video, actually performed for long time in that task. Now we have to find that thing. What is that? It says students who had watched the Mr. Bean video ended up spending significantly more time working on the task, making twice as many predictions as the other two groups. Obviously, they worked longer than other two groups. Who worked longer than other two groups? Those who watched Mr. Bean videos. Now, some background knowledge is needed to answer this question. If we have to pick a type that we can associate with Mr. Bean videos, you have to make a right connection. What kind of videos Mr. Bean makes, which the people who worked for longer actually watched? Is it relaxing videos, or is it boring videos, right? Is it stimulating videos? Is it amusing videos? Because other words don't fall in this category. Only such words can fall, like amusing, boring, relaxing, or stimulating. So, if you know Mr. Bean, if you know Mr. Bean's videos, we already know that his videos are always funny. And the synonym of funny is amusing. So, in that case, those who watched amusing video persisted with the task for longer. So, eventually, the answer for question number 2 will be H, amusing. Obviously, you won't write amusing there. You just have to write the exact letter there, that is H. So, in this way, we establish the connection of question number 2 with the highlighted text. All right, moving ahead, in this part of the text, we have to first look at question number 3. What question number 3 demands? It says, a second study in which participants were asked to perform a particularly a certain kind of task produced similar results, right? Now, how will you find that location again? They said after the previous study, which we have studied in this part of summary, there was another study, right? You have to talk about that study. Okay, Cheng and Wang then replicated these results in a second study during which they had participants complete long multiplication questions by hand. So you can track the right location from this sentence. There was another study, second study of the similar kind, right? And they which had the similar result. So let's read further and please focus on the highlighted text here. Again, participants who watched the humorous video spent significantly more time working on this tedious task and completed more questions correctly than did the students in either of the other groups. Again, you can say participants who watched the humorous video, right? Now, some of you might be a little confused between this location for this one, but it is not. Remember that, because many students, because I have made this reading practice in class by the students, during that practice what did they do? They actually put the right answer. From humorous they found amusing. Answer was right, but their location was incorrect, because they also found that even here they are talking about people doing things for a longer time, right, and solving the questions. But please remember, your summary part says that this is the part of the second study. This is the entire location of the second study. This does not belong to question number 2, because when I will ask you to pause this video and solve it yourself, you might also be confused to do this. Answer will come correct, but your location will not be right. And if you do that, sometimes the location of your next question may be mismatching if you do that, because you have a mindset that you find answers in a sequence. So please don't keep this location in mind for the answer of question number 2. That was in previous one here that I have already shown you, and please focus on this only. Okay, going ahead. We are here to solve question number 3. So which type of task they did? They did tedious task. Now, if we have to pick what tedious means from the given options, let's try to find that. Laughter? No. Relaxing? Tedious is never relaxing. Boring? Yes. Tedious tasks are always boring. So our right answer for question number 3 will be C. Boring. Okay. Going ahead, according to the researchers David Cheng and Lu Wang, these findings suggest that humor not only reduces something, first of all, it does not only reduces something. So let's try to establish this connection to the remaining part of the text. It says, although humor has been found to help relieve stress. Now you can clearly see relieving something and reducing something makes sense. It means it is talking about the function of humor relieving stress. Now, what synonym can you find for stress in the given options? For me, it is anxiety. So here in this part, in question number 4, I would mark D as right answer. D will be the right option for this. Okay, going ahead, and helps build social connections, but it may also have some effect on the body and mind. Some particular kind of effect it may have on body and mind. So let's continue reading here. Okay. Traditional view of task performance implies that individuals should avoid things such as humor that may distract them from the accomplishment of task goals. Further, Cheng and Wang conclude, finally, they say, we suggest that humor is not only enjoyable, one thing, but more importantly, energizing. It gives energy to body and mind. So, if something is energizing, what kind of effect that may be? Let's try to find our answer here. Is it having relaxing effect? Is it having boring? We have already covered, right? Is it having stimulating effect? Stimulate means to bring out something positive. Energizing is that positivity that has been brought out. So eventually, what kind of effect I would mark here? That will be stimulating effect, which is bringing out something really good. So finally, what our right answers will be, these are right in front of you. For third, we will go with boring task, that was tedious task. Then for fourth, we will go with stress, anxiety, it reduces anxiety. And finally, what kind of effect it has on our body and mind? That is stimulating. This is how we find all the answers that are available in our options, and we have to make that connection with the corresponding text. And if we make that connection right by understanding the context of everything that has been said, we will be able to track our right answers. So this is how we solve the questions that are available in the form of synonyms. And it is, I know, a little confusing, but if you apply the right strategy in it, you will never actually suffer in it or face any problem. Okay, so we are done with this workshop here, and I would recommend you to note our contact details which are available in front of you. If you are really interested to opt our offline or online training, you can contact us at this.